Hey guys, Theempoleon here, and so now if you will stare at my little plot here, you will see I have two things here. Well, today I'm going to be doing a tutorial about terrain. So terrain is one of the most essential things in Minecraft. You're going to have to, well, building anyways, and not to mention the whole Minecraft world is made of terrain. So when you're making terrain, you're going to want to make it natural, make it kind of look like Minecraft, but also kind of realistic. So first of all, I'm going to be showcasing some of the builds on this server. This is LumiaCraft. I'll put the IP in the description. It's a really cool building server, lots of great builds. So first, I'm going to be showcasing some of the builds here, particularly one particular artist named Crypt. So let's go and head over to his plot now. Crypt, if I can spell. And there we go. So if it will load. Alright, here we have Crypt. He has built a mountain. So this mountain, if you'll observe it carefully, look at the features. This is a mountain was actually made using Voxel Sniper, which is a plugin that basically helps you terrain, but that's besides the point, because this still looks like a good mountain. If you'll note the specific details, you'll see that it's got grass that is very gradual. See, you have the slopes that go up the side. And also you need grass on every block, not need, but in this case there is. And if you look at the individual components, he has these bulges here that even though they're disconnected, they're still connected with the build because they're gradually smoothed into the actual mountain. So if we'll head over to the second build now, here we have a mountain or castle or manor in a island. So this island here, he's mixed in ores and cobblestone. Cobblestone is a key feature, so when you're trying to build anything that has stone and grass, what you're going to do is mix in the cobblestone with the stone to break up that vast empty grayness and give it a more unique look. So now if you'll look at this, you'll see he has a gradual slope again. And what I like to think of it as layers. So you have a layer and then another layer behind it, another layer. And by doing that, you can gradually work your way up to the top, which is going to be more of a bulb than a layer. So, third build. Here we have this. Ignore that. I don't know what it is. But here he used an interesting material choice, birchwood planks. Now, like I said earlier, you're going to want to make your builds both Minecrafty and realistic. So, that oftentimes means using some unusual blocks, such as birchwood. It's not something you would find in the ground, but he used it to give it this color. And he also threw cactuses everywhere, so that's obviously necessary. Now, on the top here, he has these layers, and you'll see this kind of recedes on top of the next layer, and so with this, you can leave some open area, but make sure not to leave it bare. You had to put some things like these cactuses on it. And not to mention, there's a giant chicken thing walking on top, so that kind of overmines it. And the fourth build, this is one of my favorite ones. So he's got a blend of all kinds of materials. He's got wood, mushroom blocks, yes. And he's got mostly sandstone though. What I like about this is the shape. So what he does is, this is Voxel Snipe. He used the world edit /ball command to build this pathway around, and then covered it in this clay mixture. The clay is important because sometimes you don't want to use grass, because it has the dirt on the side. So when you have clay like this, green and dark green, then it doesn't show dirt on the side, then it's a lot neater. And if you look at his trees here, they're also quite amazing. He used two different kinds of leaves to give it more texture and depth. And if you look at the trunks, they're not quite straight, they're kind of curving. That's an essential, because you don't want it to look too straight, otherwise it'll look a bit blocky. 5? No, oh yeah, this one. So here he has a snow build. He uses snow as the very surface of it. So a thing about using snow or grass or any kind of surface material, instead of just stacking it on top of your stone, you're going to have to replace the top layer of your stone with that material. That way it integrates better into your build and doesn't look like you just piled stuff onto it. Now here he also chose to use sea lanterns to, I suppose, darker, more thicker ice. I don't know why he didn't spring for packed ice, but oh well. So now, I actually recorded this video before, but I failed epically and did not hit record. So I ended up talking to myself for 20 minutes. Yeah. Alright. So in that time, I also built these. So, oh, never mind. This is my plot that I'm going to show you. Here I have this overhang with grass. See how it only overhangs over the side on some parts, and I have the vines going down. Some different materials thrown in to give it some more color. And my mountain here has a lot of materials thrown in. Some of them are not even visible because there's just so many variants. And I also use slabs. Stone bricks are kind of more akin to stone, so I use those. And my trees are a bit stubby. They're not the best trees, but they're okay for such a small tree. And what I mainly wanted to show you here was how I use the layers. See, this is the same as Crypt's builds. They're very layered up, and that's basically saying it for any person's build. You have to use layers, because otherwise it's going to look like a little flatness that's not very pleasant to look at. But if you have layers, the gradual slope gives it some more flavor. And now I will show you what I have built in that short amount of time I was talking to myself. So here we have a mountain. What I did first was I started from the bottom, and then I worked my way up. So from the bottom, you just want to make a rough outline first, see how the shape is a bit weird, and then you're slowly going to work your way up. And then once you think that it's high enough, it shouldn't be too high, only 3 or 4 blocks, you move inwards and start the next layer. So when every time you move inwards, you have to pay attention to exactly where you're placing the blocks. So sometimes you'll step back, take a look at how the layers are interacting, the slope, the curve of that individual layer. And then once you get to the top here, I have decided to make it a flat top mountain. So I put these discs on top. And also what I like to do is, oh, that's not a good idea. So what you do is you take these grass here, and I put these by hand because bone meal just covers everything, which looks a bit nasty. So when you hand place grass, it gives us some more variance. And because this top here is so plain, I put up more grass than was on this slope here because that gives it some more contrast and stuff. Yeah. Also flowers, I like those. And then here we have the same thing as my other build there. This is just a smaller version and more rough. But you can see the basic idea is what I like to do is start from this side here and basically build a level like so. So after you build this first level, then you're going to build onto it with the next level and the next one and so forth. And if you keep doing that, you'll have this here. And if you look at it, it does have the levels showing, and you can even look at it from the different axes and then sculpt it on that axis instead. And also here the points converge. So here I was building from this axis, and here I was building from this axis. And for the top, you just have a gradual thing, and there's a mix of colors. So this was kind of a brief explanation. I hope it helped you a bit. If not, then oh well. So let me know if you like videos formats like this. And yeah, so please subscribe, leave a like, and tell your friends. Thank you, and good.